Jurassic Park has spawned a huge multimedia franchise, and while my personal preference still lies with Crichton's original pair of novels, I will admit that the extended series has had its fair share of excellent moments. Perhaps one of these, however, comes from a very unexpected source. Jurassic Park the Game, a Telltale game which can best be described as a movie with unnecessary quick-time events. The events of the game were originally considered to be canon to the films, maybe, but their canonicity has been called into question since. Either way, it is from this game that the creature known as Troodon pectinodon was brought into the series. Hello y'all, I'm Afton Geek here, and this is Afton Talks, where today we're examining why the Troodon is actually Jurassic Park's most spine-chilling creature. Alright, y'all have heard it before. Be sure to check if you're subscribed to the channel and give the video a like. Thank you so much for the recent support. On to the rest of the video. Now, those of you with an extensive knowledge of dinosaurs will find that something is wrong with the name Troodon pectinodon, and you would be entirely correct. You see, this creature, despite having a very rough basis in the real Troodon, is a primarily fictional concoction. In fact, the name pectinodon is derived from an entirely separate genus of troodontids, which is known for one single species, Pectinodon bakkeri. This curious species is known only from fossilized teeth, but is perhaps more important to the discussion because it was at one point known as Troodon bakkeri, before eventually being deemed an entirely distinct genus. With all of the boring nomenclature out of the way, let's get on to what Troodon pectinodon actually is in the game. The Troodon is one of the primary recurring antagonists in Jurassic Park the game, appearing as pack hunters which stalk their prey in dark locations. The origins of the Troodons are actually just as interesting as their behavior. Created by Dr. Laura Sorkin, the creatures were quickly deemed to not fit the atmosphere and vision of the park, and their destruction was ordered by John Hammond, showing a side of the film character much closer to his novel counterpart. Instead of destroying them, Sorkin chose to keep them hidden away in quarantine pens, where they would later escape during the 1993 Isla Nublar incident. The Troodon's actions in the game all reflect the parts of their nature which earn them the title of the most terrifying Jurassic Park dinosaur. Firstly, their design. The game's Troodons are small, with grayish-blue skin and a red underbelly. Black proto-feathers and markings run along their backs, while their mouths are filled with long, sharp teeth. However, their most notable feature is their eyes. Incredibly reflective in nature, their bulbous yellow eyes are those of a nocturnal predator, sensitive to strong light but incredibly skilled in dark places where they are often the only way of telling that the Troodon is even there. Even beyond their appearance, the Troodons are terrifying. Their presence is repeatedly shown to send even the larger predators scurrying away, mostly thanks to their venom. Causing intense hallucinations, the Troodons often hunt much like real-world Komodos, biting their prey quickly and then stalking them until they are overpowered by the venom. As the venom spreads, the victim devolves into convulsions, which will eventually lead to full paralysis and brain death. However, this is not where the story ends. It is at this point that I will bring up a real-world family of insects that some of you may be familiar with. Pompilid wasps, more commonly known as spider wasps, are a family of insects which are best known for one of the more curious aspects of their reproductive cycle. While the tarantula hawk is most likely the best known member of this family, there are in fact a great number of them found throughout many parts of the world. When a pompilid wasp is ready to lay her eggs, she hunts a spider, much in the normal way that she would, using potent venoms to paralyze the poor creature. But she does not kill it. Instead, she drags the spider back to her burrow or simply commandeers the spider's burrow and seals the still living spider inside. She does not leave the spider without company, though. You see, the pompilid wasp lays a single egg on the abdomen of the spider. When the egg hatches, the larva uses its tough mandibles to crack open the spider's exoskeleton, and begins to feast, intentionally leaving the vital organs for last, so that its host may remain alive for as long as possible, keeping it from decomposing. By now, you can surely see where I'm going. Much like the parasitic pompilid wasps, the Troodons from Jurassic Park the game use their potent venom to paralyze prey and rip them open, laying their eggs in the chests of the still alive hosts to keep them warm and fed when they hatch. It's horrifying, making the Troodon the single most unsettling creature Jurassic Park has ever put out. Crichton's color-changing Carnotaurs or Spielberg's frilled Dilophosaurs don't hold a candle to the unsettling monstrosities Telltale brought to the stage. I sincerely hope that somehow these creatures do make a return to the series in some form or another. While some of the other Jurassic games have featured Troodons, some of which even have similar traits to the Troodon Pictinodon, none of them have managed to convey the horror felt in Jurassic Park the game. It may be far-fetched to ever see this creature make it to the silver screen in a Jurassic film, but I feel like there is a great amount of potential for such a well-designed antagonist being entirely squandered here. Who knows, maybe Dominion will finally be the film to show off this new terror? It certainly does seem to be appealing to longtime fans after all. Either way, I've been Afton Geek here, and good night, y'all.